So this is the speaking test of mock taking place on Sunday, 5th of February at Bartex English Home. So the center number is BR0037 and the candidate is Abu Bakr Siddiq Farbas and the candidate number is 001247. The examiner is MD Gulam Mustafa and the examiner's number is 44661. Good evening, how are you?
Good evening, sir. I'm well, and what about you?
I'm also fine, thank you for asking. So could you tell me what's your full name, please?
My full name is Abu Bakr Siddiq Parvez.
And what shall I address you?
As my kith and kin and family members call me Parvez, so I'll be glad if you address me with this name.
So may I see your identification, please?
Sure, sir. Here you are.
It's fine. Thank you. Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
So now in this first part, I would like to ask you some questions about yourself. So are you a student or do you work?
Actually, I completed my post-graduation 2 years back, and I have been working as an English teacher for last 2 years, so I enjoy this profession a lot.
Where do you live in your country?
To be exact, I live at Majotila in Sylhet, and I have been living here for more than 3 years, and I enjoyed it quite a lot here because all the amenities provided by the city council or the authorities are well enough.
So is it really nice place to live in?
Definitely, it's a quite nice place, especially for the drainage system. I would say in the rainy season, we do not need to suffer a lot, and the people are also very hospitable, and I get all kind of supports from my neighborhood people.
So is there anything do you want to change?
It's quite to make a decision about this right now, but if I get a chance to change, then obviously I will work for load shedding because it's quite disturbing sometimes, especially on the summer season.
Okay, so let's talk about gift. So when do people give gifts or presents in your country?
As far as I know, the people like to offer gifts on the occasions of birthdays, wedding ceremony, or anniversary, like this one. And on this occasion, people like to provide different kind of luxurious gifts. In some occasions, they like to give the colorful gifts like books, or sometimes different kind of watches, and sometimes maybe something else. But I have no much idea about this.
Okay, so do you ever take a gift when you visit someone in their home?
Sir, could you repeat the question, please?
So do you ever take a gift when you visit someone in their home?
So far, I remember I did, especially as I'm a married person. Sometimes I visit in my law's home, and I sometimes take special gifts. For example, I have some sister-in-laws who are younger, and when I take something special for them, they just become delighted. So I obviously take especially for them.
And when did you receive the last gift?
It's quite difficult for me to call it on because I received plenty of gifts in my whole life, but as the topic is concerned about the most recent one, maybe 2 or 3 months ago, it was also gifted from one of my relatives from my in-laws home, and it was a wristwatch, and the color was very bright, and I liked it.
And which one do you prefer, to give a gift or to achieve a gift?
Actually, it depends on the context. For what I am trying to give, I mean, what is the occasion exactly? And if I talk overall, then I would prefer to choose books for giving as gift to all ages of people. It encourages them, not only just encouragement, it also sometimes provide them to be acquainted with reading habits. So I prefer books.
Okay, so let's move on to the another topic about mirror. So how often do you look at yourself in the mirror every day?
First of all, it's a funny question for me because I'm a clumsy type of person, and I do not like to decorate myself frequently. But in some special occasions, if I want to attend any kind of meeting as I'm a teacher, so sometimes I need to get with my staffs, and sometimes I need to hang out with my special friends. So maybe in a day, once or twice when I go out, or something like that, nothing more.
So have you ever bought mirrors?
Obviously, I bought mirrors on multiple times. and I buy mirrors for my sisters, sometimes for my daughters, and most importantly I need to buy for my wife as well. So I both, but it's not fixed that whether I need a mirror every month or not. But when I need it, especially if it is broken or damaged somehow, then I need to buy another one.
So would you see mirrors to decorate room?
Actually, I never tried to decorate my room, as I have always somebody else to help me and do the same thing that I will need to do. So I never tried it, but I cannot warranty for the future. It might be possible that I need. It might be possible for me to take the chance to decorate, but I do not have any previous experience about this.
So according to you, what are needs of mirror?
It's a quite general questions, and from my day-to-day life experience, I know people just like to see their faces to check whether their outlooks are well or not, so that they can show themselves to the other people. And in another purpose, we can talk about the vehicles. The people, the drivers use the mirror to check whether there are any objects alongside or around the vehicles or not, so that they can avoid probable accidents. So those are the things where people use mirror.
Okay, so that brings us to end of your part one. So now I'm going to give you a topic, and I would like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. So before you talk, you will have 1 minute to think what you are going to say. So you can make some notes if you wish. So do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Pencil and paper. So your time starts now for preparation. Okay, your time is up. So stop your writing, please. So all right. Remember, you have 1 to 2 minutes for this. So don't worry if I stop you. So I will tell you when the time is up. So can you start speaking now, please?
Thank you, sir, for providing me such topic. In our country at present time, English is such an important language for everyone to earn bread and butter, and for that reason I decided to learn English. And so far I remember in 2017 I started to go to a English speakers club, and there I just started to get ABC about this language. And now let me talk about the details of what did I get there, and what kind of facilities I was given there, and how I just utilized the facilities. And it was not far away from my home. Maybe I took 3 to 4 minutes of walking there, and I, along with some of my friends, joined there every evening. And to be honest, some other participants were much fluent, and at the very beginning I thought that it would be just like a rocket science for me to get acquainted with the new environment, because the participants, we used to speak like the native speakers. But after trying 1 or 2 months, I found that it was just like a piece of cake, speaking publicly in front of the audience. And also it was very challenging at the beginning, because getting used to this type of situations were merely new for me. And day by day I just practiced a lot, and I kept communication with the teacher associated in the club. And also outside of the club, based on this, we used to meet together, and sometimes going to open field and speaking together on particular topics.
Your time is up.
Thank you very much, sir.
So do you enjoy learning English?
Definitely. Still I have been learning English.
Could I have the booklet, please, and pencil, please?
Okay, sir.
So I would like to ask you some general questions which will be related to part 2. So what difficulties do people face when learning a language?
As there is nothing clear in the questions, if a person learns mother tongue, then it will be quite easy. But if somebody learns a language which is a second language or not a native language to that user, then first of all, he or she may face the difficulties of understanding the grammatical rules or structures that many people nowadays face. And secondly, the problem, according to my own experience, the pronunciation problem. For example, now I have been learning English, though I'm not a perfect English user, but this kind of situations always appears in front of me, that I cannot make the proper pronunciation like the Native American, British or Canadian or Australian do. So this kind of problems normally people face when they just try to grab a new language.
So do you think learning another language is important?
Definitely. Actually, from the perspective of my own country, the majority of the students, they learn a second language, especially English, just to get a good job in their future career. But according to my opinion, if you want to enrich your knowledge and get ideas about the cultures, about different history, then obviously you need to get ideas about the language. And even also it works in your higher study to do research or learning something more about scientific or technological inventions or something else like this one.
Which one is better, to study alone or to study in a group?
It's quite difficult to determine, because it depends on the individual. Some people are extroverted, they do not like to get mingled with people from different territories. Just like to be alone and learn with the help of different kind of applications. Nowadays we are able to learn English or any other language with the help of different kind of applications. So according to my opinion, as the question asked me, then I'll say it's quite better learning in any language in a group, because sometimes you may feel difficulty, and you can turn your friends or mates as an audience, and you can speak in front of them, so that finally or ultimately once you may be a public speaker by the help of them.
Okay, so what age group are trying to learn a foreign language of your country? So older age group or younger age group?
Sir, can you repeat the question, please?
Okay, so what age group are trying to learn a foreign language of your country? So older age group or younger age group?
Frankly speaking, I do not have the overall idea about the people, what they are trying to do. But nowadays, as far as I can see, that the younger people are much or higher keen on learning a different language, especially the German language, Korean language. As nowadays these countries are offering visas for work permit or for educational purpose. So as the older people who do not have chance to go for higher education in another countries like France or United States of America, England, so these chances are grabbed hugely by the younger people, especially who are student and completed their intermediate level. So this kind of people, they just like to grab the opportunity of learning this second language.
Okay, so some languages are dominating all over the world. For example, English, Arabic, Spanish, and like that. So according to your knowledge, what is the reason behind the domination?
Actually, it's a very general thing, because the English people have been dominating all over the world since long. So far I know it's more than 300 or 400 years. So actually it's not about just language, it's about the people. If I talk about the British people, they also ruled the Indian subcontinent. That is one of the greatest reasons why Bengali people or Indian people, Pakistani or Nepali people, they tend to learn this English language. And if I talk about Spanish, people like to learn Spanish because they are sometimes offering jobs from the outsiders, and as well as they also ruled different so many countries in the world. So those two reasons can be highlighted in this occasion, that for that reason people are just liking to learn this English, Spanish. But obviously I do not have much idea about Arabic.
So is there any specific reason behind the domination?
As I told, that they just rule the different countries. The countries were under their colonization. That can be one reason. Another can be reason is, according to my new knowledge, music. people like to listen to English music. Well, for example, when I watched a Titanic movie, and I came to know My Heart Will Go On, and that was the first time I got impression about this language. Oh, I must learn this language. And let's talk about Spanish, a common song, Despacito. So when people watched this music video, they just came to know more about this language, so that they can understand the music and as well as movie. They have popular movies like Money Heist. And let's talk about Arabic. Arabic, actually, there are more than 50 countries in the world who speak Arabic, and these people are now scattered all over the world. So another people who are not speaking in Arabic language, they're getting a chance to be in touch with them. So that is one of the reasons why people like to learn Arabic language as well.
Okay, thank you. That brings us to end of your speaking test. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.